Hello, friends. It is a very cold day again. But I figured that today is a good day to show off one of my favorite areas because I'm back and it's always a good time to do that. So we're going to head over to the Annex, and then from there we are going to, I don't know, possibly head back down to college or maybe up to DuPont and then come back. But yeah, let's go for a little walk. Hello, Bonita. Hello, Harjot. Hope you folks are doing good out there today. Congrats on 800. Thank you, Mayan. Happened last night, and so I do owe myself a donut. So I need to make sure I actually go out and get that, because that's part of the fun. Yeah. Hopefully y'all are having a good day out there. And yeah, the way I see it, I'm just like, Annex is always a good area to explore. And I think I have a path where I'd go over to Spadina and then up, and then go to DuPont and then come back. And it should be around the time, but yeah. I'm looking forward to walking with you guys today. I was possibly looking at last minute plane tickets to somewhere last night. That's thanks, Medano. Hey, Poison, it's your building. I didn't know you lived in the area. That's wonderful. But Medano, thank you very much. We appreciate it. You're getting closer. We're getting closer. We'll get there one day. Hopefully soon, but one day. That's all that matters. So, thank you very much. Good to see you, buddy. Hello from upstairs. If you yell out, I'll be sure to listen for you. Thank you, Marcus. Good to see you. Wow, people just came right up. Sorry, I'm a little late getting out of the house today. I wanted to try a slightly earlier walk, and my body just hasn't quite adjusted to being able to do everything I need to in the time that I have. But yeah. See, I'm kind of hating myself right now because I literally just found a glove that was in our apartment. I'm just going to put this on. After putting it on, I'm just like, oh, this is actually probably better for my hands if I do it this way. So next time, I know what gloves to not get and which ones to get for now on. But I might do like a little short walk later too. That would literally just be like probably a half hour to an hour, but it depends how long this one is and where we're going. But yeah, the plan is Annex. Go explore some older areas. Maybe even Christie Pits, if we can get up there. But then swing up. Actually, that would be nice. Go up, do Christie Pits, go through Christie Pits, because we've never actually done that piece yet. And then come back through DuPont, and then show how the city kind of folds that way. But yeah, should be good. As mentioned, this is the Buddies in Bad Times Theater. Formerly Toronto Workshop Theater, which I didn't actually know until recently. But yeah, this is probably Toronto's foremost queer theater in the city. So, yeah. Also where I used to go dancing every weekend. Because that used to be a thing that people did. God, that's been a while. Okay, maybe today is Hood Day. There we go. Here we are in Yonge Street, longest street in the world. Facts, actually. But It's also, to be fair, it's also at the point now where the weather is just consistently too cold to do a mustache up every day. Because I kind of just need the warmth on my face. But then the problem is then just breathing out freezes the mustache down. So you end up having like little icicles in your mustache. Which isn't great, but you know. God, fresh air is needed today. Waking up. And for some reason, specifically today, the cat litter was so bad that I was sneezing like crazy. I'm just like, I hope I'm not getting a cat allergy. But another problem for another day. Hopefully everyone had a good New Year's Day. It's good to relax and get to enjoy a day off. Although I imagine it would suck for anyone who has to have a day off today. Because then you would, if you had to work today, you would really just be on for a day before taking the weekend off. So, yeah, that one doesn't really make much sense to me. But anyway, better just to take the day off. Today's a sick day. It's a free day for anyone who wants it. Honestly, winter made me regret shaving more than anything else. I can feel that. I can understand that entirely. I honestly didn't realize that you were so close. But now I'm just like, next time I see like, I don't know. I was gonna say like next time people play Rock Band, but just like no one plays Rock Band anymore. Hello, Zach. Good to see you, my friend. Hello, Hunter. Welcome to the chat today. Is it a cold one? Yes. Yes, it is a cold one. But, I mean, to be fair, it's January. The next couple months are just going to be cold by default. And this is where walk tubing goes from, like, casual chore and, like, fun little business to like actually, oh my god, it's cold outside. And that's the fun. That's where we live now. This is what we're doing. Also, for some reason today, on this random video, the description didn't fill in. I saw that I was going to fix it on the way, but I figured it would better just be better to launch into it. But yeah, so it was resting there without any of the tags. So I'm curious to know how that affects things today. Definitely feels more consistently cold in the last few years. Right? Like, this isn't fair. Just like, what was it, 5 days ago? I was in Washington, D.C., and it was warm enough for me to walk around with just my sweater. This just feels mean. I was going to be like, why does America get the good things? And then I thought about it for a second. I was just like, oh, wait, never mind. Also, for years, I didn't know that this was supposed to be a feather. I mean, it's pretty, but I'm just like, I don't see it as a feather. I guess once you know what it's supposed to be, it looks like it, but it's the blunt cap at the bottom. I feel like that just kind of makes it look more like a bottle. If it had been like, I always think of feathers as having that point at the end of the tip, and those just always end in like a blunt little circle, but yeah. Also, I think I decided against doing the body painting everyday thing this year. I would like to have done it. I guess my heart's just not in it right now. There's not a lot to be gained from doing it, and it does make things needlessly cold. And I don't even know what fringe festivals I'm getting into this year, if any. So, yeah. Makes it a bit difficult in a lot of ways. It looks like a wine bottle more than a feather. I agree with you. I think that that's absolutely what I would see, what I see in it. But, oh, Coffee Island. I'll always give them credit. Their coffee was great, but man, that owner was crazy. Oh. On the bright side, look how pretty it is today. Yes, it's cold. Yes, it's got that bitter sting. A little brutal. But like, that sky, man? That's pretty great. Here's my question. How many times in a day can I pass by the Whitney building? I haven't walked by the Whitney building in like many weeks now. This is my treat to myself because I get to be at the Whitney building. Does anyone like the Whitney building anymore? No, but I do. It's become a thing, so I continue it. Although I do remember, I think it was last time I actually walked by it, I saw that people were actually telling me the Whitney building story in the chat, and I'm just like, I know, I talk about it a lot. It's just a cool building. Brutal sting, I guess that is a good thing. The cold just makes you stronger. That's why you are here. Hey, I do it for the things. I don't even have a good thing to say that I do it for. I just do it for the things. And heck, you know, I've been starting to think that maybe all these things are just like, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I'm just like, can I just be strong enough? Can I just be like, you know what? I hit this level of strength, now I'm good. This doesn't need to be a thing all the time, every day. But wouldn't it be great if it could be? I never really believed any of the cold myths growing up. I'm curious to know what cold myths you're thinking of. Do it for the dookie. Well, I'll do it for myself. I'm important enough. There it is. My favorite building in the city. My nightmare tenant is finally moving out this weekend. My 2026 is starting great. That's fantastic. Oh, nightmare tenants are the worst. Presumably. Dale says, hello, since you mentioned crazy a while back, I had to come on and say Happy New Year, Maddie. Well, crazy is the best. No one wants to be normal. Just be a little eccentric, you know? Have fun. But Happy New Year to you, my friend. Good to see you, Dale. Welcome to the chat. They did a great job clearing the bike lanes. Is anyone using them? Probably very few people at this time of year. Like, I know winter biking is a big thing in places like Finland and presumably Netherlands as well. But yeah, I don't know if anyone's actually biking right now. Except for e-bikes. E-bikes are everywhere. Those delivery drivers will go out, rain or shine or whatever this cold snap is. So in that lane, I will say, yes, there are a lot of electric bikes that are being used, especially by delivery drivers, which I think makes sense. I always assumed you had to be famous or rich to be considered eccentric. I mean, yeah, you're right. I'm none of those things. Maybe one day. Thanks. That means something to me. I saw you one time in a short film. In a short film, I did. Short film? Oh no. God, I hope it was age appropriate. He was a drug dealer, but for the court to approve the eviction, I needed concrete proof, which I didn't have. Aw. I mean, here's the thing. I've met many nice drug dealers, but I probably wouldn't want them in my home. So, yeah, I can definitely understand some concern there. Walking in LA says Happy New Year. Not going to state the obvious, but it looks chilly. Just for context, I will show everyone the mustache at this point, and it's already starting to freeze over. So yeah, a little chilly. But it is very nice. The sun's out. This is Queen's Park. It is beautiful. I mean, Toronto hasn't really gotten snow like this in a while. So the fact that it did get snow like this is kind of, it's actually kind of a good sign, because it means that our system is, the climate isn't completely broken, but it is nice to see that we can still get really solid winters, but oh my gosh, it is cold. It's not the worst. Certainly not the worst it's been. Definitely not the worst it will be. But the sun's out, the sky's beautiful. You had your mustache in the film. Alright, so it must have been recent then. That's one thing I'd like to do more of. I guess now that I have an agent, it's technically possible, but not super likely. I'll stop complaining about 58. Nah, never stop complaining. That's what makes us human. And also hilarious. Is this call it the army levels of snow? I mean, for some, probably. This is quite it is quite a bit, not gonna lie. And this is certainly the largest amount of snow I have seen in Toronto at this point in years. I mean, there was one year in maybe 2012, 2013 that probably had it was a super snowstorm, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to make it home that year. But yeah, lots of little things. But yes, to those who missed it, Happy New Year, everybody. It's good to see you again. We're having a good, easy day. We're gonna walk around. Gonna get a little cold. It's fine. I'm not mad. Someone posted it on YouTube. Oh, okay. I will have to check it out then. I miss the Northeast weather, but only in December. Yeah. Here's my thing. It's just snow is great in December. From up until Christmas. After Christmas, everything's just yeah. It's a vibe. Yeah. And here's the thing, at this point of the year, you don't even have Christmas music to look forward to, because we've sealed Mariah Carey back up. She ain't coming out for another 10 months. The weather up north was crazy last week. Barrie weather was nuts. Well, I believe it. Don't get me wrong, Barrie can be very nice, but Ontario does not screw around with winter. They can be brutal. And all my friends are just yo, I don't want to move to Toronto, or I don't want to move to Canada, because it snows. And just it's really cold. I'm just haha, it's not that bad. And they have days like today, and just I eat all of my words. I am sorry. Yeah, it can get that bad. Anyone feeding the squirrels today? I mean, not me, but I am sure someone will. We're still within the 12 days of Christmas. No, we're not. No, we're fine. I thought the 12 days of Christmas was leading up to Christmas. There is the 12 days of Christmas after Christmas till, January, until Epiphany. By the way, Bennett Gates, this is the Philosopher's Walk that I've gone on many times. It's also just a pretty little visual. This is Trinity College. Nice buildings over there. This is U of T campus, kind of in the, not quite the heart of it, but certainly some of the more popular areas. But yeah, it's beautiful. Really old buildings, probably the most Hogwartsian of all of the colleges in Canada, I would argue. But I wonder how soon the dollar store will be putting out its St. Patrick's Day decor. Well, they have Valentine's Day first, right? So they'll have to do that, and then they'll have to do St. Patrick's Day. And then whatever comes next. Although St. Patrick's Day is easy for me to remember because it's also Joel's birthday. So I can be like, oh, well, done. Happy Friday, Brad. It's good to see you today. Is the roof still made of copper? Oh, I hadn't known it was, but that would make absolutely a lot of sense. You look at all the green tinting up there. Or is it oxidization? Yeah, I would definitely say that's a copper roof. Oh, Easter is next. Chocolate eggs. Oh, right. I always forget about Easter because I'm just like, growing up it was a big deal, and now I'm just kind of like, eh. But yeah, any excuse they have to do a holiday decoration thing, they'll do. And I think it's, from this point on, it would be, because we don't have any of the President's Day next. So it'd go like Valentine's for chocolate push, St. Patrick's Day for cheap green things for your kids, and yeah, I guess then it's Easter. And then name any other major holiday that happens after that. I guess Canada Day. I think that would probably be the big one that I can think of. I guess May 2-4 weekend is kind of a big one too, but you know, those are all like future dates that don't exist yet. But should make interesting videos. So, yeah, who knows? Who knows indeed. We are walking up to Robards Library, which if you do get a chance to go into, if you're like touring Toronto, it does have a free rare book museum. And so you have some really, really interesting pieces in there that are definitely cool to check out. But yeah, definitely worth a peek in if you haven't got a chance to see it. Family Day is next in February. Fair enough. Well, it's interesting that I just mentioned that Joel's birthday is St. Patrick's Day. My father's birthday usually like aligns right alongside Family Day. He turned 75 this year. So yeah, time is mean is my thought. I see you surpassed 800 subs. Did you get a donut? I haven't got a donut yet. I will get a donut today though. It is my special day. I can do what I want. I will absolutely get my donut. Do they have very old books there? They do. I can't remember exactly what the ones I saw last time were, but yeah, books dating back to like when Toronto was still York, when this was still like Upper and Lower Canada. Really old, like books about the original map of Canada. It's great, like some really cool stuff. If I could film in there, I definitely would. A, it's warm. B, it's inside. C, that should be enough reasons on today. But muddy York. The age before paved roads. Toronto is very muddy. Yeah. Well, I loved that my dad told me that Oscar Wilde had a quote where he was asked about Toronto, and his statement was, oh, it'll be a great city when it's finished. And I kind of feel like that's just, if that's not the most Toronto words that have ever been spoken, I don't know what is. The 1800s, I guess, once I read a book from 1643 in Spain. Wow. That's super cool. Hello, Princess. Good to see you today. Welcome to the chat. Super Mod Medano. The storytelling books from the 1800s are amazing. Those would actually be really interesting to read. I know a lot of them are getting like digitized, but I don't think they have them available online. But if you looked at the rare book treasury in this, would be very, very cool to kind of like get a chance to explore them in a way that, you know, most of us will never be able to. Is the paint off? The paint is off. Although I will say, when I was in Washington, the first night I was there, we got a little tipsy, but I ended up slamming my leg into the ground, and like, it's actually just kind of turned into like that wound that just won't heal. So it's annoying, but like, it works. It's fine. U of T helps to create a place free of the mega tower condo invasion. It really does. It's like this nice little oasis in the middle of the city. So he is indeed the super mod in all the channels I've been on. Well, we appreciate his service greatly and muchly. Nightbot is so quiet today. I know, Hunter's even here. It's crazy. Well, ever since I made it so that you can say Princess's name without getting, like, yelled at by Nightbot, he's calmed down a little. But I think we need to do a story time of the tipsy night in Washington, D.C. Do people need that? I mean, to be honest, I've kind of revealed why I went there. And yeah. But I mean, I could. I'm just like, how much do I want to embarrass myself, though, in the first place? I mean, it is me, and I'm on camera. All right. So, yeah, I ended up going down to, I have a friend who is technically an ex. We dated back when we were boys. It was 2010, so I was young, he was younger. And yeah, we met on a chat forum when I was living in North Bay and he was living in Virginia, and we decided to meet together, and it was absolutely electric chemistry. And we've kept in touch through the years, barely, but like a little bit here and there. And when I went through my divorce, he reached out and was very nice about it. And when this past about 6 months ago, he also went through a divorce. And so I reached out, and he kind of immediately asked me if I wanted to go take a cruise with him. And I was just like, no, I think you're too fresh. But like, when this opportunity came up for DC, he's just like, well, would you like to come with me? I'll take care of this and this. You just take a ride down and we'll go. And I'm just like, you know what? Screw it, let's go. And like, if I can be there for my friend during this, then let's do it. And so that morning, I woke up at 6 in the morning after I had just got into Toronto around midnight the night before. And you call that embarrassment? Remember you found love doing it? Aw, true enough. But yeah, what happened was, while I was there, I got there, I hadn't eaten anything that day except for a cup of coffee on the plane and a little bag of almonds. So when I got there, we ended up going to this really cute little vegan, gluten-free bakery. So the Viglufru Baku. And like, I was just like, I'll get avocado toast. And the whole plan was just like, let's go for a couple drinks at happy hour, and then we'll go and grab pizza or something, and then come back in and have like a good time. And so we go to the first bar. We get a drink each. It's happy hour, so we get another drink, like another pair of drinks. And it's going really well. And he's just like, well, instead of going for pizza now, why don't we just go get like, there's this other bar that we can go to. Let's go there instead. And so we did. We bar hopped a little. And then we went to the next bar, and then the bartender's just like, you're cute. Can I get you a shot? And just like, yeah, of course, I'll take a shot. And so, yeah. Then we started to get free drinks. And by the time we had hopped to the third bar, I was already feeling pretty toasty, and I was just like, let's eat food soon. That would be good. And then we got to the third bar, and then someone else was just like, hey, you're kind of cute. I got you a shot. And I did. And then I don't really remember the night beyond that, but I woke up with, apparently I had gotten very sloppy, and that shot, whatever it was, completely knocked me over the edge. So, yeah, that was my first night in Washington, to the point where the second day we had tickets, like it was free tickets reserved for a museum, and like we were gonna go see the African American Museum, and instead I stayed in bed for most of the day, and then I woke up around 5 because we had to go to a rave, and then we went to a rave with a bunch of children. Yeah, that was the first 2 nights of Washington, D.C. So we went hard really fast, and it was a lot of fun. But I'm just like, I am very old, and I do not have a bounce back factor if that happens. So, moral of the story, I can be your bodyguard. I don't drink. I appreciate that, Hunter. I haven't drank that much or done that much party in like ever. It's been probably 10 years or so. So, yeah. Will that happen again? No time soon. But I'm glad it did. But I've also learned lessons, just like I should probably be eating food through the day. So, I got that a lot to old years. Friends carrying me for drinks and the guys just paying for the drinks. I mean, if you got it, get it. Right? Is the guy from Canada? No, he was actually from Virginia. But he'd moved out to Seattle and now was looking back to possibly move to Washington or somewhere else. But by the way, we are now in the Annex, which was the whole point of today. Instead of me going on about stupid nights that I don't regret by any means. It was a lot of fun. But yeah. And when I came back, it was one of those moments where I was just like, oh, it was the first time where I'm just like, wow, we have both been through so much in the past 15 years. And he had just got like, what age is the rave crowd? What is the age of the rave crowd these days? What age of crowd do you refer to as children? Like, if you're like under 25, I would say that was primarily the demographic at that particular event. But yeah, under 25 was kind of what I would see. I don't drink much either, like champagne. I mean, champagne's great. Champagne's not, well, it can be great. I wouldn't recommend long distance relationships when they're done that. Okay, I won't ask you out then, Marcus. No. No, long distance relationships are always hard. And especially back in the day, I didn't really have the terminology. And when you're young, you really don't understand a lot about how things work. So you can get caught up in a lot. And a big part of this trip was me kind of acknowledging, it's just like, we are both such different people, and we're meeting each other for the first time as like men. And we've both been through stuff. And it was nice just to come together and be like, we are here together and supporting each other, and it's just nice to be in that situation where you can be like, yeah, we're coming together in this other state of life, and I want to continue to be in your life, and we'll see where it goes. So, yeah, it was good. Hello, Steven. Happy New Year to you too, my friend. And Princess, I agree. Like, if you know what your relationship's needs are and you can effectively communicate them, there's no reason a long-distance relationship can't work. But there are also reasons that, it is important to know your relationship terminology and how it fits within your life and what you need. How can one hug another in a long-distance relationship but just try to stretch one's arms? Well, that's what screens are for. It's not a very good hug, but, you know. I listened to my heart and moved to a place I would feel happy. I mean, that's good. See, I'm not gonna lie. Netherlands is absolutely on my list of places where I would love to go. But it has been... I don't really know how to travel alone. I don't really have a way to do that currently, but we'll see. I have a nice relationship with Nightbot. We knew it. Everyone called it, Hunter. We knew you guys were in love from the very beginning. That shameless flirting we all saw. Which meant breaking... Oh, fair. If we can't both make that sacrifice, we both have to agree on things. Love is beautiful with the right person. Love is beautiful with the right person. We should all aspire to have the kind of relationship that Nightbot and Hunter have. Something so pure and organic. Nightbot is my man, Nightbot. I think Nightbot is non-binary. I don't get that vibe from Nightbot. For some reason, I have absolutely thought of Nightbot as a him bro. Just everything Nightbot says, just add bro at the end. Even if Nightbot's a woman, it still uses he him pronouns. Sometimes I don't know where this is going. Oh, so we have to blame Sam for Nightbot. That's what Sam's saying. Where does Nightbot live? Nightbot lives at Yonge and Eglinton in a small one-bedroom condo. Not crazy furnished, but absolutely enough to make it glisten. He takes pride in his apartment. Or her apartment. Based on the current situation, I'm just no, it's probably her apartment. Maybe that's what Nightbot is. Nightbot is the mystique of... If we were X-Men, Nightbot would be Mystique. Does he have a life? Are they sentient? Do they know what's going on? Maybe. We'll find out. Nightbot doesn't like to shower though. Oh, that's... They might not like it, but they do it because they must. Nightbot sounds like Johnny Strides based on that description. Well, now the secret's out. We know who Nightbot is. Nightbot is just Johnny Strides. I wonder if I can change the name of Nightbot to Johnny Strides just to troll everything. That would make me laugh. Guys be open to love and believe in it, Marcus. If they can't make that sacrifice, then no and move past it. Yeah, that's exactly it. Nightbot is a double agent. He is also Daybot. You know what bot means in Dutch? Blunt or rude or stiff. Interesting. I didn't know that, but now I do. Is it said like bot or is it said like bow or something? So good luck, Hunter. Same as English. Okay. I know a Dutch word now. Yay! It can also mean bone. As in under your skin, or as in we gonna bone. Guys, I think we're really weird. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Our jokes are becoming too obtuse. Yes. Okay, good. Good. So I will say, we used to, that little like black stairwell thing with the purple and blue and yellow writing on it, that used to be the escape room I used to work at. That never really treated me like a manager, even though they gave me the title. But over here you see Price Wars. And Price War it's an everything Asia Town store that's just not in Chinatown. And yeah, they have everything in there, but it's all like absurdly weird prices. Like you can go in and get a scale for $5, but like socks are $12. Like it's weird. Doesn't quite make sense. We are unique. We are the weirdos. That is why we are all here on what day is it? I don't know. It ends in Y. That's what I know. We're good though. I have a lot of history. I have a lot of family. Like I have a lot of memories in the Annex. Annex memories are nice. I was open to it and moved abroad for love. It didn't make me happy, so I had to make a tough decision and move back. Aw. But here's the thing. You did what was best for you, and that's a good thing. Everything is very shiny in Poland, as there's a lot of Polish. Sam, you really had me for a moment there. And then that happened. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad. I watched a video about fishing bicycles out of canals of Amsterdam. Made me think there are bikes dumped in lakes and rivers in or near Toronto. Oh, guaranteed there's a whole bunch of them. Also remember there's like a race in Netherlands to like see who has the worst bike. Cause like, yeah, new bikes and fresh bikes. They'll, like when bike thieves go out, they'll steal the one that looks the freshest. So, this is Snakes and Lattes, by the way. I worked there for 7 years. It was fun. Is Markham Street almost open? I don't know, actually. I didn't even know it had been closed. So, I mean, technically we're past the Annex now. And we're technically in Little Korea. But I'm also just like, I have a very specific place where I want to go. And so we're going to go there. Yeah, many people in the Netherlands have old bikes because they don't get stolen as often. See, I feel like that's my theory with my phone. I guess I dropped my phone or something a while ago, because now it just has this permanent bright pink line that goes across the screen. No one can see it because it's on my side. But I'm just like, I see it all the time. I was like, if I go to the bar, A, I know exactly what phone is mine because I can look for the purple streak. And B, no one steals the broken phone. My phone is now like steel proof, which is a fancy way of saying that when I do get my phone upgraded, you know, I won't be mad at it. But they fish out 20,000 bikes out of Amsterdam canals annually? Oh my gosh. That's quite a lot. Good morning. Hello, Mo. Good to see you today. Welcome to the chat. We are currently, well, we passed the Annex actually, but we are currently on our way over. I'm going to go to Christie Pitts. I'm going to walk up through there and regale some stories about me and living over here. I think it's important to do, but it means having fun with an older person to learn from it. Is one allowed to gift bags of farts labeled as... Sam, stop trying to troll your... I don't know. I like my old folder. I just like that things that work well. That's kind of it. Like, I remember when I upgraded from... I had Google 7, right? I remember I had to upgrade from Google 7 to a Google 9 phone as per the contract I was on. So I did. But then when I did that... literally, it cost twice as much, and I don't feel like my phone had any marked improvement at all. So it's just like, this is just the same phone. We've hit the point where smartphones have plateaued. They're not doing anything new. Any innovation is long past, so you have to learn it on an old bike. I see what you're saying. That makes more sense now. By the way, this place is called Poor Boy. I don't know if it still is, but they used to have like the best pad thai. But it used to just be like a really good place to come. It was pretty inexpensive. It was nice, really nice. Your painting stream, I misread the title. I thought it's ASMR, not AMA. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, no ASMR there, but just my bags of farts idea for future. I've already got the patent going. You missed your chance, spam. That's just mine now. Autocorrect sucks again. I mean, autocorrect always sucks, let's be fair. But if you look over, you will see, despite it being winter, there are still bikes in the area. We may be getting extreme weather, winter weather here. The Netherlands next week, they talk about temperature of -15, which never happens here. Yeah, that would be cold. But I hope you stay warm. Or at least vacation somewhere that is warm. Like Toronto. I'm sure we will also probably be -15. My boovier said hello as well yesterday. Aw. Give your Bouvier a squeeze for me. I actually don't think I have seen a Bouvier dog since, like, ours was given away years and years ago. So, hot sausage rolls are absolutely delicious for pretty cold weather. Yes. Maggie, do I know a good noodle bar in the city? A good noodle bar? No, I don't anymore. Because the one I used to go to all the time was not just noodles. And I know that they're not operating anymore. But I will say, if you're looking for a good noodle bar, you'd probably be looking at... Oh, no! The Japanese place. Hunter took me to a Japanese place in the Grange, which is like a little food court by the OCAD and by the Art Gallery of Ontario. There's a little Japanese place to the side there. And it was super inexpensive. And it actually had some of like the best food I've had in forever. It was so good. Oh, it was so good. I love cold winters. Well, we got them in abundance. We have snow. You can skate on the Zitter Z. I don't know what the Zitter Z is. How about boop with the day? I will find a boop. I will find it. You know what? When in doubt, boop the tiger. Boop. There it goes. We got the boop of the day in. I will say, if you do go to the place in the Grange, super good, very tasty, but also, like, it was really efficient. I went there, I had zero complaints. They did a really good job. Those people should be proud of the work they did. Let's see, what's saying? Young south of Bloor, they're doing hand-pulled noodles in the window. Oh, okay. When is Chinese New Year? That's a good question. I believe it is in the end of January or the early February, but I don't know which one's which. See, like the channel. Montreal winters make me want to move back to Toronto, but Montreal summers make me want to stay in Montreal. I mean, I would love to come see Montreal. I've actually only been in Montreal a handful of times, and I haven't really got to stay there very much. So, yeah, I'd love to see like where it goes from there. But, thanks. So, well, thank you for joining up, Maureen. Sorry, Mo. I see the name, and then my brain goes faster than my mouth goes faster than my brain does. But thank you so much. That's a very big blessing, and I really enjoy it. Thank you so. Sorry, the ground here is just like ice. I don't know if you can really tell that, but I'm just like, 'tis ice. So I'm trying to be very careful as I make my way back to the sidewalk, so I can actually go back to the path and then walk down. Crispy snow is my favorite sound. I have been thinking, so this does come with 2 microphones, and one day I was thinking if people wanted me to, I could always attach the other microphone to my pants, like to around my shoes area, so that I could actually like walk around and people can actually hear the sound of my feet on the street. I don't know if that's something people would like, but if you like that idea, let me know and I'll do it up. We have ice and snow fix. Yeah. But this area is Christie Pits. Many young drunken shenanigans in this park. God, is that what today is? Does today just turn into my young... There's the thing. I'm as young as I'm ever going to be, right? But tonight... I remember we would come here all the time, and this would just be a place where I would hang out with the friends, people I worked with at Snakes and Lattes, people I would just kind of hang out with. The Annex was fairly accessible, and people used to go out a lot more. So it was just kind of a nice combination of different things that worked really well. But this was the park we always used to go to. Looks like a nice day outside. That's fair. It is beautiful in its way. It is cold, but once you're past the cold, if you can get past the cold, not everyone can. Once you're past the cold, it is actually, like, weather-wise, it is lovely. The sky is clear. That idea will eventually get annoying, crunching nonstop. I see the point. Maybe I'll do like a short or 2 then, just so kind of people have that just so you can have that idea. Because a lot of people just like crunching sounds in the city. We have snowed in a few days, hoping we can go shopping in Kingston today. Oh yeah. Were you guys a part of the whole massive snow front that came out at Timmins? Because, yeah, they got like something like 80 centimeters or something. Like something ridiculous. And like I saw pictures of people literally having like snow up past their doorway. And they could not leave their house. And I was like, well, that's a concern. Past the cold, that's what happens in April. Gosh, I hope it doesn't take that long. Oh, wow, yeah. Well, I'm glad that you guys are safe. But yeah, that was like a huge snow dump. Hopefully it doesn't happen too often this winter. But I have heard that apparently the second half of winter is going to be much easier than the first half. But it's who knows anymore. La Nina is mean, is what I'm saying. Highway 38 cannot see trucks or cars. Oh, wow. Yeah. It needs melts. Yeah. As you can see, this is very beautiful. But, like, walking over here, it's just ice crystals. But, I mean, you can't get mad at that view. Christie Pits is a beautiful little park. This neighborhood's really nice for you. But anyone hunting for gold in Timmins with the high gold prices? I don't think anyone in Timmins is doing anything this week. Not unless you've got a really big shovel. All the best for all of you. Best wishes for 2026. You too, Hunter. Thanks for being a part of the channel. It's really great to see you pop on. And I really like that we could all have some fun and joke together and that you enjoy spending time with us. I take it as a huge compliment. And I hope you enjoy. I hope you have a good day too, my friend. Thanks for coming out. Beautiful white snowy world. It's definitely that. Although looking over here, I thought that the stairs would be, I thought the stairs would be uncovered, but the stairs are definitely all covered in snow. So, apparently, Trump is still annexed Canada by force. Does he not realize that Canada is part of the British Commonwealth? No, of course he doesn't. Of course he doesn't. He's I don't know. My trip to DC left me with no fondness for that. I hesitate to call it a man, but because he doesn't believe in pronouns, right? So, all right, let's see how this goes. Yeah, this is going to be tricky. I might have to focus on this one. Greenland is first on the list for the current American regime. Here's my thing, is I'm just like, anytime those arguments get brought up, I'm just like, you are super dumb. Just this whole argument, this whole thing is just super dumb. So yeah, this, I feel very much like old man Matty right now, walking up this icy slope. There is a perfect hill. Yeah, I will say, this hill, perfection for sledding. But the problem is that then you knock right into the fence. So this is not a walk for Randy Steven. Hilarious. That's really funny. That's like a Sam joke right there. Are we shady? Maybe. That's fine. Do. Slowly up the hill. Where today, Canada or the US? I'm back in Toronto. Will be for the foreseeable little while. Barring a miracle, but yeah. Maybe not a good hill for sledding then. But like there's a space right beyond that hill that opens right up into the field. And that's the perfect hill for sledding. But okay, almost at the top. Whew. Yeah, that was true. Okay, we're back. We're back. He's currently walking like he's aged a few. Well, that's another thing, is I'm just like, oh, if I keep doing this for too long, eventually my speed will go down. But I think I got like a week or two before that happens. All right. So we're over on Christie Street now. And I feel like we should walk up to DuPont and then cut across. Because I feel like DuPont's definitely an underrated street in the city. But it has a lot to offer. It's very interesting. It's very cold, obviously. But very beautiful in its own way. Speed walking is also a thing. I feel like my opportunity to be an Olympic speed walker has probably passed as well. But one thing I do like about this particular street right here, I just like, you show someone a picture of that and they'd never know it was Toronto. Like that just looks like small town Ontario. Done well, small town, but still small town Ontario. Let's speed walk. I mean, to be fair, it does warm me up quite a bit, but let's speed walk uphill on ice. No, that'd be speed skating. Could you imagine uphill speed skating? Is that a thing? That's probably a thing. I'm kidding. You don't have to kid. No one's kidding here. Whew. That was a walk, though. I'm not gonna lie. Going up that little hill at the end there, and just like, oh, that's a. This area feels precarious in a way that I wasn't expecting on a Monday. Tuesday? Wednesday? No, it's a Friday, isn't it? Well, in that case, holidays are weird. They just kind of exist in this nebulous weekend energy. So the second you're out of it, you're just like, wait, what day is it? Where am I? What is life? I don't see any water melt at all. It has to be cold, and that is direct sunlight. Yeah, we're well under zero for sure. So like when I left, I think it was -6, but yeah, the sun, even if it shines down at this point, most of it's likely just going to reflect right back up. So I'm also a member of Naughty Nana Doos. She's absolutely awesome. She's absolutely Canadian. That's cool. Can you put a link in the Discord? I'd love to share it with folks. Canadian. Oh my gosh, we're an hour in. For those who don't know, my name is Maddie. I am a tour guide in Toronto, Ontario. I do customized walking tours throughout the city, and if you are looking to give someone to come to Toronto or want to explore more of it, consider hiring me for a day. You'll find links in the description, but not today because my description is empty because the thing didn't populate correctly. That's beside the point. Also, if you are new here, I would ask that you consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Liking helps YouTube recommend it to more people, and subscribing helps us inch closer to our goal of being able to monetize. Once we do that, we'll be able to make a go of this whole thing as, I guess, a career. And absolutely, we appreciate any help and support that you're willing to give the channel. So thanks for being here, first off. And I'm not mad at you. The car's yelling at us together. Yeah. It's a balmy -5. To be fair, not as bad as it's been some other days. Like -5, I can do 2.5, 3 hours. Minus more than 10, hour. -15 and above, I reconsider my life choices. So that would have been perfect for snoot booping. That's okay. Let's stop and get a bite all this walking. Hey, I walk so y'all can talk. And I talk because no one can shut me up, usually. That's not true. In new environments, I can be surprisingly shy. And I think that's the tism, where I'm just I don't quite know if I know people or if I know where I can kind of sit or what kind of conversations I can start. I'm really easy in social situations. But, not always, because life is unpredictable and we're all very self-protective in our own ways. So, add to your channel, man. Thanks, Sam. I appreciate it. I'll definitely check it out and get her a subscription after. You shy, you're right. I mean, it's true. Here's the thing. You get me in a room full of specifically white straight people around my own age. I'm just I have nothing to talk to you guys about. I do not understand your lifestyle. What are children? But I also I am so little in the regular working world that my life seems like a fever dream to people because they can't believe it exists. It's what's your job? Well, right now I kind of have one because I'm working towards becoming a full-time walk tuber. And people are just I don't understand any of the words you have just said. Oh, hello, First Last. Good to see you today, buddy. Thank you for joining us today. And yeah, the second the second all of my friends had kids, or like married and got kids, I'm just like, oh, you're done. I'm never seeing most of you again. So, she swears a lot. Oh, that's fine. Here's the thing. The only reason I don't specifically swear a lot when I'm on camera is because I have a very expansive lexicon, and I enjoy being able to flex my excellent diction. Because if you can't waggle good diction around, then what's the point? But then again, it's not the size of the vocabulary, it's how you use it. So, there's ideals. But yeah, I have nothing against swearing. I frequently do swear. But, you know. Oh. So First Last, you're back on Monday after 2 weeks off. You know what? At least you got today off. They could have sent you back for a day and then had a weekend and then sent you home. That would have made no sense. So at least you get today off too. Starting the year off not the worst way that they could have started you off. But when I lived at 848 Palmerston, this was the Loblaws I would used to come to all the time. I like how Loblaws is now trying to be like, price drop, hit of the month. We're proudly, I'm just like, y'all are pieces of garbage. That's what I think. Swearing, I had a roommate who swears left and right. I don't know those particular swears, but do I ever walk down Clinton Street? I've walked down Clinton Street a few times. I see no reason why I can't do that right now. Clinton Street used to have the bar Clinton on it, and Clinton was a great bar. Unless you don't want me to go down Clinton Street. I don't want you to, like, if there's an X or something here, I don't have any eggs. Nice little quiet street in the city. Actually, all of these areas are really nice, to be fair. I hope you have thick socks on. I do. I actually have, like, one of the few things I will say about out on the street is that they have, like, their own in-house clothing brand, and, like, a lot of it's not very good, but their socks are excellent, and I still frequently wear their socks all the time. So that's the only thing I kind of miss about working there, was that, but Randy still works there, so maybe you just have to go to Randy and be like, can I get like 20 pegs, can I get like 5 more pairs of socks from you, and just get them on the DL. Maybe I'll ask Randy to do that. I was actually wondering if I should get Randy a Christmas present, but I realized just like, I don't know what to get him, so I'd probably just give him like a copy of my book or something. Maddie can't be a security guard or a police officer, as everyone will be in handcuffs up and down every street. Only very specific streets. Bomb chicka womp womp, I think is the correct terminology. Yeah, this is Clinton Street. I'll say it's not the most amazing street. It is kind of indicative of the area. A lot of older houses. Pretty though, like very well structured. Most of these I genuinely think most of these might actually be single family units instead of being divided up into like 12 different people living in a shoebox. But who knows? It's possible, at least. The one thing I will say about these areas that's surprising for people is just how peaceful they can be. Like, this whole area is just very nice. I don't know if I've ever actually walked just Clinton Street, but I figure I'll walk down to Barton and then cut across and then head back up. But, yeah, there is a peace here. It is nice in its own way. Ugh, I will admit, today is a day I've not been looking forward to because I have to go and do the groceries. I'm just like, ugh. Why are groceries so much money? Just why? I know that's like everyone's complaint right now, but it's like, doesn't make sense to me anymore. Then again, I think I've clearly defined to people, I am not an expert on life. I'm happy to give opinions, but, you know, sometimes I wonder if, sometimes I think that's all they is. What is my favorite part of town? Huh. I mean, I do love the Annex. I think the Annex is a really beautiful, underrated area. It is kind of like down and dirty, up and coming, but also just kind of feels like a big little city. So it kind of just feels like, trying to think of how I can properly describe it in my head. It feels like a good mix of vibrancy and sleepiness, which I think is really cool. But apart from the Annex, I love, well, downtown's great. It's different, it's dynamic, it's cool. It's not perfect. It's very, like, haphazard, but it's at least got a spirit to it. Yeah, I think the Annex and the Village are the ones that come to mind because they're the most like home to me. So, someone on the internet decided to make Trump butt plugs. There's a Putin variety too. Aw, that means you can't use them both on the same person. I mean, unless you're really... No, I'm not going to finish that sentence. Coffee beans skyrocketed, it seemed. Yeah, coffee got pricey. It's grocery day. Yep. Clinton was a very sought-after street at one time in the real estate annex boom in the Annex. I believe that. Because, like, just look around. Like, all of these houses are quite lovely. And they all appear to be built... What the hell is this? What? I don't know what I'm looking at, but oh my god. Oh, I have to pop this out for a second. Sorry, folks. But I just charged the gimbal and already it's dying. I just don't know if it's maybe the winter, but gosh, I really hope I don't need a new gimbal soon. I don't know what this place is, but I'm just like, this reminds me of the junk. If Brad's still with us, this reminds me of the junk house in North Bay. Because I'm just like, what? How does one even begin to comprehend this? Someone did this. Someone looked at this and said, this is a good idea. It's the whole house. The whole house is covered in this. I don't know who you people are. They also, I can't even. This house is... So if you or any of your friends have a problem with hoarding, there are people who can help. So, I was noticing the piano on the front lawn. Yeah! Gimbal doesn't seem to like cold weather from what I've noticed. She is fickle. She is a fickle woman. It's like, ugh, come on, Gimbal, smarten up. A piano on the front lawn. I couldn't even, like, begin to break down everything. I was just like, that is like, I don't even know. I could not even tell you who I would expect to live there. Other than the fact that they had, like, I support our neighbors' intents. Just like, oh, of course you do. Well, someone has to lower the property value for everyone else. They're doing a noble and valid sacrifice. So, good for them. Good for them. Might be the crazy cat lady from The Simpsons. I believe her name is Eleanor. I actually don't know that for sure. I think it's something like that. What was wild? It was the townhouse, so one half of a building, right? It's called the Woodcake House. Oh, I'm so glad someone here knows about that. I'm going to have to do some research on the Woodcake House, because I'm just like, I don't... That's... You know what? Someone made the deliberate choices and said, this brings me joy. And I say, more power to you. But also, if your house explodes, you've pretty much just turned the entire thing into a claymore. So, you know... Please don't let that house explode. It's epic to someone, work of art. There are parts of it that reminded me of, like, the Magic Gardens in Philadelphia, which is like this really cool found, like, it's this really cool gallery slash museum slash art installation, but everything is, like, created from found materials. So they have, like... What are you doing? Okay. I've stopped asking questions anymore. Also, thank you, Teddy Bear. Welcome to the chat. Good to have you today. Oh, story goes the owner had a spinal injury and is looking for ways to spend his time. And there you have the house. Oh. Yeah, good for him. Different things make different people happy. That's the important thing. Collectomania and illegal moonshine brewing equal Claymore House. There was a house covered in toys and dolls off the Danforth, but was recently removed. See, I feel like that would be creepy. Walking by there, then you just suddenly see yourself surrounded by, like, a million little toys. Be like, that's concerning. It's actually kind of funny, because I lived on Palmerston for, like, 4 or 5 years, right? And while I was here, I barely ever walked around my area. And it's kind of a shame because there's a lot of really cool and interesting things on Palmerston that I just didn't even, like, take into account. But yeah, different things for different folks and different places for held different memories. Huh. There's also another house that's literally the half house, which is just half of a house that was built and then left as half of a house. That one's interesting too. I will get that one on tape one day. I'm pretty sure I already have, but... Imagine a house completely covered in Justin Bieber dolls. That's creepy. Oh. Well, apparently his last album was okay. I don't know, I didn't actually listen to it. But one specific dog barking in the wilderness. Arf, arf, my friend. Arf, arf. Total creepy. It really is. Like, there's something about dolls that's unsettling, right? I have a theory that, like, well, dolls are there because people like babies, and little girls, like, people when they're growing up might want to, you know, have a baby of their own, but they're just kind of creepy. There's no way around it. They're just kind of creepy. Even the ones that are supposed to be cute, I'm still just like, no, it's still creepy. That was very close. This street should maybe reconsider what this street is. I hear a doggy. Yeah, I think the dog's gone now. We passed him. There was apparently a huge amount of recycled plastic after MJ passing. Oh. Wow, what a weird, complicated figure Michael Jackson is. And like, I feel like everyone these days is just doing either a biopic of him or like there's the musical of him.
Or the States.
I don't know.
But that's
I can't imagine in this day and age doing anything relating to Michael Jackson and having it go well. It just kind of feels like that's begging for controversy. So, puppy. Aw, first that. Yeah. Well, funny enough, this actually used to be the area where I always used to walk my dog, right? So I'd take Raina and leash her up, and then we'd come down here and get to explore more of the area, and yeah. Very, very close. Yeah. Like, oof. Yeah. This was also kind of a fun area because I remember I was walking here one day, and as I was literally just walking down the street, I saw a guy setting up a tent, and I look over him just like, wait a minute, Nathan? I looked up, it turns out it was like my best friend from when I was in grade 3 in North Bay. Like, both of our dads were pastors. And like, just here randomly setting up a tent in the middle of, well, this little parkette. And I was just like, what a random coincidence to run into each other here at this time. But Michael Jackson was just teaching everyone to make scrambled eggs and to beat it. Yeah. Again, maybe has a different terminology when paired with Michael Jackson these days, but I understand the joke. It is a small world. It can be. It really can be. Like, here's my thing, is that those things never happen if you stay at home. So I try to get out at least once a day and throw myself at the universe and be like, all right, what you got for me today? Mind you, I'm doing it on camera, so if anyone ever wants to, A, I'm super easy to find, and B, yeah, I'm super easy to find. So is today a big shopping day or just a snack grocery day? We don't have much in the house right now, so it's gonna end up being a big day. And just like, okay, that's fine. We can handle it. You can tell this area is in shadow because the ground just went from like being very easy to walk on to super slippery. So one of those ways just to be like, just take this one easy. My grocery trips always end up being snack trips. Well, I mean, you need a few snacks, right? You can't just completely starve yourself all the time. I mean, you can, but that's no fun. Snacks are always better. There goes. Oh no.
This is a new building. It's very nice here. Yeah. You can go either way. Go ahead. I don't care. You guys want to go to the end then we don't come back?
I'll give them some space. Can't remember the words, just the rhythm. I mean, like Michael Jackson had some great songs. I actually think Human Nature is like one of the most underrated. But I mean, you can't deny it. Like, he was a hit maker. But I just don't understand how you can touch that legacy these days and expect to have, you know, it's an odd choice. I don't go to Costco anymore, but I miss the free samples. Yeah, Costco is king of the samples. King of the samples. Ooh, chubby black squirrel. Oh, I was super happy I got to see the raccoon yesterday. That made me very happy. Squirrel, squirrel. Always more squirrels. I would say the one thing that has like fundamentally changed the Annex in a major way is the demolition of Honest Ed's and the building of Mervish Village. Like, oh my god, that is a radical change. And to go from the Annex, which is so low, to suddenly having like one, not quite a superstructure, but like certainly for the area, an absolutely imposing conglomerate of a building that just stands so high. It's an unusual choice. I do look forward to the day where I can go in and actually see someone who lives there, because I know what'll happen. Eventually I'll get to see the inside of the building, because, you know, if you live in Toronto long enough, you make enough friends, you meet people, you go places. But yeah, that place is going to be pretty massive. Squirrels like to nibble on their nuts. There's one of the buildings by the interesting architect. By the way, oh, it's an hour and 30 minutes. I should probably do the plug. Welcome to the chat if you're new here. I will say that if you are new here, I would ask you to please consider liking and subscribing. Liking helps YouTube to recommend this to more people, and subscribing moves us closer towards the goal where we can actually make a living off of this. So if that is of interest to you, or if that's something you would like to do, we appreciate it. So feel free to hop on board, and we would love to have you as part of the family. moving on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. He has been walking for 89 minutes. He is the most fitness YouTuber on the planet. He is in shape. I mean, it's also like Christmas season, so I'm not like... my shape is just kind of spongy. But the important thing is the walking happens as often as I can. I will try to do every day this year, because I'm just like... I know it's ambitious, but I'm just like, I feel like I could do it. You know? I feel like I can at least make something every day. And entitled to a donut today. See, here's the thing. The donut is at a place other than the place where I would get the rest of my food. So I'd have to like either get a donut later or figure out something else. But I will get a donut. It'll happen. I'm entitled to one. I could bank it. I could bank my donut and then get it on a day where I'm going to Loblaws instead. 30 miles an hour. Yeah, I was actually coming up to the CR day and just like on average right now, between walks and everything else I do, if I have a tour, a tour usually goes for about 1,400 steps. Sorry, 14,000 steps. I don't know how many kilometers that is, but I'm just like, it's more than 2. And yeah, I do a lot of walking. As long as I keep that up, that's the important thing. Robert Cherry's Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, my friend. Thank you for coming back and visiting us again. Good to see you. Well, to be fair, it has been a cold one, and now I'm actually fairly adjusted to it, but my hands still get really cold. But actually, Eddie, my name is Maddie with the I. You got it right. Sam says, historians found a pebble next to the Washington Monument and decided to rename it the Trump Monument out of respect. I feel like you have to start digging for that. Like, there was an old joke on the Royal Canadian Air Force where they were just like, all these old prime ministers want to be renamed for something that holds, like, their legacy and holds their popularity. He's just like, oh man, well, I can't wait for the Mulrooney mine shaft to come in. I was like, oh, that's funny. I wish I could find like the old school. There was a tape I used to have, like a VHS tape, and I would watch it over and over and over again. And it was like the best of Air Farce seasons, like 7 or 8. But I'm just like, that's kind of how that was my introduction to politics, was Canadian satire of politics, and that's a legacy. You can kind of see it with things like the Beaverton. Well, the Beaverton lately, especially, has been picking up very, very well. And it's very funny and doing really good things. But Trudeau Sr. got an airport, so did Lester Pearson. Agreed. Can remember Betamax cassettes. I can't quite remember Betamax cassettes. I will say that one. I can remember cassettes. And I remember back in the day where you could get it on cassette or CD. I know what my last cassette I bought was, and that was Prozac's Hot Show. And my first cassette, what was the first cassette? My first CD I ever bought was Dance Mix 97. And then the last CD I bought, I think was Lily Allen. No, I think it was Lily Allen. No, it was my friend Nathan, because I bought that in 2020. And my friend's music is good, so it still counts. Blockbuster. I worked at Blockbuster for 6 years. Do I regret working at Blockbuster for 6 years? Not entirely. But kind of. But not entirely. I actually wonder if the ice sculptures are actually getting done to be done for Yorkville in the next couple days. Maybe I'll hop over when we get to the next block or two and see if I can see what's going on there. You worked at Blockbuster. That was from the 90s. You look like you were 20. Eddie, you are the sweetest little button. But no, I am 39. And I worked at Blockbuster from 2003 to 2009. May 26? You know what? I'll take it. No one needs to know how old I am, despite the fact that I say it constantly. I put it this way. I'm just now too old to play a teenager on TV. Now the parts people send me out for are just like, you're going to play the dad. And I'm just like, no one will cast me as the dad. I remember watching The Sopranos, and Tony Soprano's son got canned from Blockbuster for stealing the stand-up displays. It's the little things that sometimes age a show more than the big things, right? Because you see them all and they all have like the random phones that are the size of their heads. Or even when it's just like, oh, that iPhone is very clearly like an iPhone from 2010. I know exactly when this was made. BlackBerry phone, they're kind of a good dinosaur clue too. Yeah. BlackBerry is a very specific era. Or even just like, one of my favorites is, there's the movie Enchanted with Amy Adams, right? And on the wall of like, she's walking through New York and you can see the shows that were all playing in Broadway at the time. But one of them's Lestat, which was the vampire musical. But I think it only lasted for like a couple months. So it's such a specific era to have such a specific poster. And it's like, I'm amazed that Disney didn't just cover that up or block that out. Or I wonder if they actually did. I wonder if they actually took, knowing Disney Plus and how it works, I wonder if they actually took that and actually just did like new graphics for the New York scene or something. Those phones had nice keyboards. I love the Razors back then. The Razors were great. Razor was a great phone. The Interview with the Vampire, Anne Rice? Yes. Which I didn't know was her first book that was published. And I was like, that's cool. One day I shall get the courage to do another. I don't know. I'm feeling very booked out in terms of like writing books. But I love reading books. But we'll see. We'll see. The red wall always puzzles me. Seems so out of place on Bloor Street. The red wall. The red wall. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess that makes a lot of sense. I do know that that is a building for U of T of some kind, but I couldn't tell you what it was. I will have to check into that.
Family and like.
The feeling of renting movies at Blockbuster or flipping through CDs at HMV is something the new generation will never experience. It's kind of sad, isn't it? So I'm just like, you would go to the movie store and everyone would have to decide on which movie pleased the most number of people. And it was always an equal mix between like, will this be good? Will this be fun? And do I enjoy it? Do you remember your classic movie rental that was one that was always a hit when you shared it with someone? Mine was always Death at a Funeral. It's a British movie, literally all about a funeral that happened. They did an American remake and it was terrible, but the British original is great. Also great cast, great cast, but it's a British cast. It's always going to be great. Just like an unspoken rule. It should be a Blockbuster night. Let's go back to the 90s tonight. To be fair, if we would, we could. Actually, would we? No, I probably would. Despite everything, I would probably rather go back to the 90s because the 90s was at least, like, the hope was palpable and progress felt like it was consistent. But also felt like going into the new millennium, everything felt new and fresh. But like so much has happened, but it feels like so. It hasn't quite progressed the same way that you would hope it would. Favorite Brit comedy show? Mr. Brown's Boys or Mrs. Brown's Boys were hilarious. I've heard good things about that. I think I would love to watch that. Gotta find a VHS, then buy a VHS tape. Diner with an ensemble class including Kevin Bacon. Oh, I'm actually gonna have to look that one up. I have to say, I don't think I've ever even heard of that movie. Now I'm very curious. 1992 was a great year. That's when the internet became available to the public and things really started to bloom after that. Huh. It is kind of funny to think like, for a while there, everything progressed so fast. But like, I was talking about this the other day. You think about the delineations between, like, the 1970s looked and felt very different than the 1980s, which looked and felt very different from the 1990s, which looked and felt very different from the 2000s. But like, the 2000s to the 2010s doesn't seem as stark. And the 2010s to the 2020s. I feel like the 2020s has slowly begun to develop an identity. But like, it's 2026. It still kind of feels like it's maybe 2015. Maybe that's just me. Or also the COVID effect. Because that was also a thing that happened. But no one talks about that anymore. But it is still a thing that happened. God, that was a crap year. Remember the moment when compact disc first became available to the public? They started to change the personal computer to offer compact disc recording. That was awesome. It changed everything. Yeah. Like, I remember one of my friends in North Bay called me up one day and his literal words were download Napster. I'm just like, what are you talking about? He's just like, go on your computer, connect to the internet via our 14.4 modem, and download this program called Napster, and it will let you get songs from anywhere. And I did, and it was great. I've never looked back since, but you know, Now at least it's just called Spotify or Tidal or whatever it is. But whatever system you're using, that is what it is. Websites are available to the general public, and you could advertise to the world, one location far away from everything. It's kind of cool to see, like, now that's something we completely take for granted, and has arguably gotten worse, because now everything's just trying to be cheaper and faster, and just like, no, I think I'm ready to move back into the world of, give me quality. I can save up for quality, but give me quality. God, does anyone even like online shopping anymore? Go shopping in a store. It's actually fun, or can be fun. Unless you're just getting like one or two things. Then you know specifically what you're getting, you punch it in, it comes right up. Anyways. 1997 was amazing in Toronto. We were fairly close in age and you're a bit younger. Oh. I do hope that we can meet up at some point and do a walk together. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Did you hear about the Lipa getting dismissed from the dining table for leaving their elbows on the table? I feel like something got missed there, but okay. I will be entertainment focused, create anything. I'll be entertainment focused, create anything you want out there and entertain yourself in the process. We are now, by the way, on the Mink Mile. This area is probably some of the most expensive in Toronto. Possibly, like, this would be right up there with Rodeo Drive. Or the one that's on New York, 40-something Street. Whatever the big one is. Whatever the expensive one is. But, yeah, that's this for this one. And then halfway through, there's a Winners. Yeah, but not -9, sorry, but you go for it. I mean, someone has to. We can just be here and be sad. It's way too cold out there. When you have no body weight, you freeze fast. I feel like that's somehow a backhanded compliment to me. But you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Change the E sound like elephant. Okay. Carl says, online world rely less on compact discs, but now you can still use them to record your favorite music for your car radio or stereo system. I don't even know what you would burn CDs on anymore. Because I always used to get it through MP3s, and then I had, like, I slowly eased my way down to Spotify, and now I'm trying to figure out what to go through Spotify. I've heard Tidal is good, so I think I might switch to Tidal soon. But Joel is loving Tidal. But I can create a website of any kind in minutes. You have full choice in what you want on the website, and it can all be done with programming for you. That's great. I have a friend who does that too. But yeah, and no, anything you can do right now that's plugged in like that, I greatly admire and respect, because I mean, I have no body weight, not you, sorry, I didn't mean that's a compliment. Don't worry, I guess I have body weight. It's fine. It's fine. I use YouTube Premium. That's kind of the other thing, is I'm just like, I do watch a lot of YouTube, and I like not having to download. And I like YouTube Premium. But I do find that YouTube can get a little over anxious with the ads, which is ironic because that's what I'm trying to work towards, because obviously that's what I would need to do. But, you know, we get there. In the 2000s, I worried about was global warming ending civilization. Now I worry about AI ending the world as we know it. Ironically, through global warming, through climate change. Isn't that crazy? It's never left us. It's been here the whole time. Yay, climate change. Ugh. Lots of people don't like the fact that Amazon causes the price of products to sometimes double, so they're avoiding Amazon. I mean, here's the thing. I don't get anything on Amazon unless I absolutely need something on Amazon. Like, it just kind of sucks that way. It just looks so cold. What's colder, Toronto or New York City? It depends. In my experience, Toronto can be cold, but New York has the ocean there, which can either make it warmer or colder. But New York also has like a lot of very specifically tall buildings going down long stretches, which makes it windier, which makes it colder. But Toronto's more likely to get snow and like just colder temperatures. So I don't know. AI takes up a huge amount of electricity to do the processing. It's not the greatest for climate change. I have heard the rough estimate is that one query does like 3 bottles of water. I don't know if it's actually that much, but yeah, I would not be surprised if it was. AI is dangerous, man. As much as it can be a great tool and as much as it can be fun, I'm always just like, it's scary out there. A lot of stuff with AI is like, here's the thing. You could be watching an AI channel of someone walking around a city, and it'll be a completely fictional city, but like it's to the point now where they could do it with probably 100% accuracy. But I feel like the one thing that people don't kind of realize is that doing something like this, it's 100% me. It's me being authentic. I am holding my little camera. I am walking around a city that I love. And yeah, it's cold and it sucks, but just like, it's authentic. And I think people appreciate that, but you never know. Toronto has less severe winter than Toronto. New York City has less severe winters than Toronto, 100%. That's good to know. I mean, to be fair, the times I have been in New York in the winter, it's been like storm. But I guess that's probably not the norm. I could live my life without AI, but it's implemented everywhere now. Even in places you don't want it. Like the fact that Google now has like, I think I'm going to be getting rid of my Pixel phone when I get my next phone. Just because Google has started to implement AI like recaps in their news feed. And I'm just like, just let me read the news story. Like, why are you recapping words? That is such a waste in every way, shape, and form. Ugh. By the way, we are at Yonge and Bloor. So I just want to take a moment to go up, take a look at the building. Because there it is. A pair of very big buildings. Also, if you are following this whole, there is the AI bubble theory, where they're just like, the AI bubble can't burst. And it's like, well, kind of seems like it will and has and must now. So, I don't know. I don't think we should be allowed to have billionaires anymore. I know that's a controversial opinion for some people, but I don't know why. They're not billionaires. To my knowledge, I have 0 billionaires in my life. And if I do, y'all have been holding out, and I am upset. But Google AI is actually spying on everyone. The information is used to target advertising to them people. I'm just like, if Google AI knows my life on their phone, they know I have no money. They know I've been doing this for 4 months in an attempt to like make this a career. So I'm just like, why aren't they helping me? Instead of trying to take my money, try to give me more money so I can spend more money on their stuff. That would be a good implementation of AI. Doing the work for the people that they can't, that like they don't have the ability to do or have the ability to do, and then do it for them so that they can make more money so that Google can get a cut. If they can do that, that would be brilliant. But that's not what AI is. AI is let's take money away from the smaller ups so that the people on top. I'm getting ranty. We don't want a Toronto right now. Food delivery people on bikes. Wonder if they don't last long because it's only pay their expenses. Not really making any money every night. That's why not people. Okay. Toronto's Lake Ontario. The great thing about having the Ontario is that really heavy snow and really bad weather goes to Rochester and Buffalo areas. Oh, that would make a lot of sense. Yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. They want to take your money because they're mean. They are mean. You're the one walking out there. I know, right? So much mileage on these feet. The dollar basement will block. I don't know what that is. I can't really keep up. Sorry, my finger's getting cold. Delivery people are making money, but probably less than minimum wage. True. Google sells your stuff to the highest bidder. Right? And just like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, in that case, I'll just go give my information to China. Maybe they care enough about me to, maybe they'll care enough about me to make money for me, so then they can take that money. That's how it should work. Kinda AI is perfection. My brother hates AI, but I think he's worried about his job. Yeah, it's a weird... I love how there's some people that like were posting their Google Chat GPT AI wrapped. I'm just like, no one wants that. Like, why would people want to show off how much they used? Yeah, that got a little ranty, but that's fine. I'll rant for you folks because I love you and care for you, and I want to make you laugh. Gemini is my fave. I think Gemini is the Google one, right? I do know that apparently Apple AI is terrible. But I'm just like, you guys were the ones that started Siri. Like, how did that get worse as time went on? You were literally the leader. And now you've just created something that barely functions? I don't get it. Chinese government uses everyone's private information for propaganda and setting people up for things they didn't do. Here's my thing. Am I propaganda? I am absolutely propaganda because I am a person with a camera and a voice. And I'm walking around and I share my viewpoints in real time, completely unfiltered. That is by definition a type of propaganda because I am exposing you to different worldviews and I am going to promote the things in myself that I believe are best for society and best for people in general. So, yeah, am I propaganda? Absolutely. But, like, I feel like there's a difference between this and something that is actively trying to harm and control people versus something like me where I'm trying to tell people just, like, question everything and treat people kindly. Because, like, what else is there? Futurists are saying huge current jobs are going to be done in a decade due to robotics and AI. Yeah, some things aren't going to go anywhere, though. If you're a hairdresser or a barber, you're set for life. You are set. There is no way anyone will trust a robot with a razor blade. Right? Do I like AI or disprove it? It's just a helpful to anything cannot but assume it's conspiracy. I will admit I have used AI in the past. I try to use it less because I don't want... my personal skills, I don't want to lose them. But AI for things like art, I feel like is kind of insulting. Like, no company should use AI for art. Which is one more reason why Eurovision kind of sucks this year. But we'll get into that later. Feel free to just try China with your financial information in your private life. Good luck. Carl says, artificial intelligence systems are plentiful out there. Every company has their own version of artificial intelligence doing what they need to do for themselves. The artificial intelligence bubble? I do feel like a lot of people are getting AI to do really stupid things, which is just kind of making people dumber in general. I'll go out on a limb and say that. You don't need to, like, have your AI write you up a letter as to why You're like, I don't know. I feel like a good part of our strength as people come from our voices, and when we filter them through a machine, it's no longer us, which in some cases people want. But in someone like me who like writes stories and stuff, I'm just like, that's not great, and that's not smart, and that's not good. Really good application of artificial intelligence is to teach people about anything that they want to learn about, and do it in a way that is tutorial-like for them so that they can learn. That is the best, like that is honestly the best implementation of AI. That and like using it for complex systems that can't possibly, like, that humans haven't even thought of yet. In the technology sector, like, AI is amazing. AI does not need to be used for many everyday life situations. That's just me, though. Conspiracy kind of slow people mind down also. Well, of course. The idea of well, here's my thing. A conspiracy is designed to give an easy answer that, no matter how absurd, helps to explain a frustration. That's kind of all a conspiracy theory is. It's giving you, it's the same with religion. I'm not saying religion is a conspiracy theory, but it kind of is. Because it's saying there's this big thing, there's this big problem that's happening. We're going to tell you what that is, and we're going to give you one simple answer that maybe you've suspected for a while. But a good conspiracy theory, or something that actually like stands up upon scrutiny, is anything that tells you to think for yourself. Because like thinking for yourself is hard. It's hard to come up with your conclusions, and it's really hard to live in ambiguity. And just like, when you ask big questions like, is there a God? Or is there life on Mars? Like, is there life in the universe? Are we worth protecting? Like, what human life is valid? Like, all of these big questions can be easily reduced down. Because remember, like, not too long ago, things like the Bible was used to condone slavery. And it was also used to condemn slavery. So people had to think for themselves and be like, what's best for our society in this day and age? And how do we use that going forward? So, yeah, anything that's giving you a simple answer is probably not the correct answer. Yeah. I don't know. As someone who grew up in heavy religion, like, I remember thinking as a kid, just like, oh my god, it's so easy to like have all the answers, you just have to believe in this. But then as soon as you poke holes in your own theory, you're just like, everything falls apart. So, yeah. Oh, Yoshi said something. Oh, well, I hope you feel better soon, Yoshi. Food delivery. Does anyone know how much DoorDash or Uber Eats adds to the price of a meal versus going to the restaurant and picking out take up yourself? I would say probably at least like $5 to $10. At least. DoorDash and Uber Eats and Skip the Dishes, they're all kind of just crappy platforms deciding to like charging you for a lot. Yeah, sorry, I got into that like whole AI rant, and now my brain's just kind of spiraled a little bit. But I am almost at my destination. So, allow me. Ooh, the wind just kind of kicked in there to a serious extent, so that's good. Good news is I'm almost at the place where I need to be, so we should be fine. Temu and Wish are just awful. Oh my god, yes. I tried so hard to block every Temu ad that came up on my Instagram. I would say, don't show me stuff from this website. Don't show me stuff from this website. Don't show me stuff. And they kept showing it to me. I'm just like, oh goodness crap. I think it actually reduced the amount of time I spent on the app because I'm just like, I am tired of seeing this garbage. And now they're using like AI influencers being like, oh my god, I just got this thing and it was good. So just like, no you didn't, girl. No you didn't. Oh. Well, that's been a walk. It has been good. I am going to sign off. So thank you for joining me today. Happy New Year to those who I didn't get to say it to yesterday. But it's been a good one. I got into a big AI rant there. More of those incoming, for sure. But yeah, I will be live again tomorrow. I believe by myself, but maybe with someone else. We'll find out. And I'll probably be live at 1 or 2. So I look forward to seeing everyone then. You have a very good weekend. Take care of yourself. Don't get blotto. Don't be like me. And you'll have a good time. Anyways, it's good to see y'all. And I will see everyone very, very soon. All right. Bye.